Not only do we have a shock drop very soon, but it's going to be through a new method that we haven't seen in a very long time, and honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it. We've got that and much more exciting news today, so welcome back everybody to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 122. If you happen to be new here, feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on every hype sneaker. Essentially, in this series, we go over sneakers that received updates throughout the week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Jordans, Dunks, and more, but with that short intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Kicking it off with Jordans, we're getting the Jordan 1 Mocha colorway back, but this time it'll be in the format of a Jordan 1 Low. Of course, this is a really hyped up colorway because they're essentially the poor man's Travis Scott. It's the same exact brown color. Now, you might think that these will brick because they're Jordan 1 Lows, but we've seen another Mocha Jordan 1 that looked even more different perform very well. So when it comes to these, I'd expect them to be profitable with a good margin, even if stock is rather high, which I am expecting. Not only that, but they make for solid everyday sneakers that look like the Travis pair. These will be dropping in fall of next year for $140. This is just a mock-up, but they'll look just like this. Also in fall 2024, we'll be getting the return of the Jordan 6 Olympics for $210. Like most Jordan 6s, these will end up just being personals. Okay. I got something actually exciting for you guys. It is official, we will be seeing a Trophy Room Jordan 1 Low. In fact, there's more to it than just that. The picture that Endurance posted is just a mock-up. We don't actually know for sure what they look like yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a low version of the Chicago pair that we already saw, and I'll explain why soon. Not only this, but in a recent podcast, Marcus Jordan did allude to there being two different colorways, and I do have details for you guys. The first pair will be stock keeping unit FN0432-017. This one will be black with sail and metallic gold. That doesn't sound like a Chicago. It's more of the color combination that we saw in the Jordan 12 Chinese New Year. Black, white, you got your metallic gold, which is pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see how they look. Now, the other pair is way more interesting. This is FN0432-100. The colorway is sail and black with varsity red and muslin. That's the Chicago colorway. Hence, I said I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of them being a low version of what we already saw released, which is the Trophy Room Jordan 1. By the way, for more sneaker news, updates like this, and mock-ups, etc., follow the Endurance Twitter. Now, while these both should be very profitable with an incredible margin, especially the Chicago pair, don't get too excited because we know where the majority of stock is going. Yep, that's right out the back door. Thanks, Marcus, you If you want to hear about another backdooring situation, I'll link the video on the Travis Scott situation at the end of this one, so stick around. Anyway, these should be dropping on February 15th for $140 each. Next up, we got a mock-up of the Jordan 4 Oxidized Green, which is dropping May 25th for $210. While Jordan 4s have been doing really good in general lately, I don't think this colorway is anything special. At best, I'd say these have potential for lunch money with a subpar margin, especially in large sizes. Next up, we'll be seeing the return of the classic Jordan 11 Shadow colorway, but in the format of a Jordan 1 Low. Despite it being a classic colorway, I'd expect these to brick just like the Black Toes did, because those were classic too. So personals only for these. They drop on May 10th for $140. Then on February 24th, for $180, we'll be seeing the Jordan 1 Reverse Panda drop. Similarly, I'd expect these to just be personals though. Then on March 2nd, for $210, we'll be seeing the Jordan 3 Craft Ivory drop. Now, while these do look like pure money 3s, which did have a lot of demand, they still are not. And they're Jordan 3s. Aside from the White Cement Reimagined, Jordan 3s haven't been doing too great recently, so I'd say these will mostly just end up being personals at the moment, unless you do have local buyers and no tax. Next up, there will be a shock drop very soon for the Jordan 11 Neapolitan. I know you guys wish it was the DMP or Gratitude 11, I should say, but don't worry, patience will pay for those. Make sure you subscribe so you stay updated for things like this. Anyway, these will be shock dropping very soon, but it's going to be a 60-minute draw. Not the usual 10-minute draw and not the usual Leo drop, which is like a 2-minute draw. Now, Nike is doing this because I think they're worried about not selling out, especially for the smaller sizes of these. There is 200k pairs loaded on Nike, but less is going to shock drop. Nonetheless, it's a pretty high number for a non-classic Jordan 11 colorway. Anyway, Retail is $225. With that said, the only sizes I would say have potential for some lunch money are 11.5 and 12. I wish there was extended sizing, but unfortunately there is not. A men's 10.5 is the biggest. If you have no tax, those two sizes might get you some decent profit, but with tax, I'd expect only a couple of dollars profit with a poor margin. But these are Jordan 11s, which means they should be an easy sell locally. I would definitely suggest trying to find some local buyers. This way, you could avoid those heavy platform fees given their high value, and in that case, you could make some decent profit from this drop and many others in the future. Now, as for the precise time and date, Endurance members already have all that info. As always, for every hype shock drop, you could join with the link in the description. We do so much more than just sneaker info and monitors though. If you are looking to broaden your horizons as a reseller, I'd really suggest checking it out for at least 1 minute with the link below. If you're not a member, don't worry though. As always, I will tweet out when they go live. Just make sure you're following my Twitter, KeithAdam10. Next up, we have a very unfortunate update for Yeezys. Yeezy Mafia has confirmed that all Adidas Yeezy releases have been canceled till further notice, so that is for now. But we have still been seeing the Adidas CEO defending Ye, so is he planting some seeds for a return in the distant future? Is he testing waters? I'm not sure, but as Charlie Munger says, show me the incentive and I'll show you the result. Moving on to some miscellaneous sneakers though. First, we got another Kobe coming back. 2024 is just looking insane for Nike basketball. The Kobe 8 Court Purple will return on February 8th for $180. These will be profitable with a great margin, but I think most of us will want these for our collection. Next up, the Supreme SB Darwin Low Camo will drop in spring for $120 each. Despite the low retails, I'd expect all three of these to just be personals as of now. Next up, the Dior Greenwood SB Dunk High will be dropping in spring as well for $145. Despite Dunk Highs not doing well and the higher retail, I would still expect this collaboration to have potential for lunch money. I'll keep you guys updated, of course. Then in fall of next year for $190, we're going to see another classic Kobe return, and that's the Kobe 4 Gold Medal. Expect these to also be very profitable with a great margin. Next up, we'll be seeing another Off-White Air Force 1 mid with the ugly spikes drop. This time, it'll be the Varsity Maze colorway. They drop on November 25th for $205, and I would expect these to be personals just like all the other trash colorways. Earlier this week, we saw the Air Force 1 Oregon drop on the GOAT app, and before that, they had an exclusive access drop, which Endurance members did have the early link for, making it super easy for anyone to cop. If you don't want to miss out on opportunities like this and big cookouts, you could join with the link in the description, and remember, we do so much more than just sneaker reselling. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Subscribe to stay 100% updated on all the hype sneaker releases, and with that, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these upcoming releases.